Hi there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to another TGIF Talks, episode 67. I'm joined by my co-host, Anonymous Phil.
Hi.
Roll the intro.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
And they're always glad you came.
These podcasts are broke down into 4 parts. First, we have how weeks have been, followed by the Corona news, followed by your comments. Actually, I don't think there aren't any comments. The comment section is going to be real short. Followed by a fourth random segment.
Channel is really going downhill, isn't it?
It's just been an interesting few weeks. So,
Depressing few weeks.
well, yeah. What was I? There was. Where? All right. We have big news.
Oh, big news.
Big news. I have the drum roll going. We graduated.
You did?
I did. Did you?
I think so.
My diploma signed. Is yours? Did you
It
ever
has
open it?
It has a signature.
Oh, a signature is supposed to have like 4.
Oh, well, I may have, crammed in the rest. I used Crayola Blue number 2.
It's not like high school because, like, in high school, those diplomas are actually signed. In college, those aren't signed. Or at least my high school, they were signed.
Well, mine was personally signed. I took a picture of him signing it and put it inside my diploma.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
He said, I just want you to know that yours was personally hand-signed by me.
Ah, yes. Ronnie was just like, I don't know this kid.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to pick out one random kid and sign it for him. This kid sounds nice.
Ronnie makes so much damn money, he should pick out one random person every single year and pay for their college tuition.
You know, Mr. B should do that. Sign one random diploma.
Except, he's not like a, sign one random diploma.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mr. Beast
his name
doesn't.
on
Jimmy isn't the kind of person who's like a big believer in college. I mean, he almost dropped out of high school. Actually, I think he did.
Was his channel big in high school? Oh, he dropped out of college. He went to like a year or two, didn't he?
He's as old.
He was enrolled in college.
He just turned 22.
Out, yeah.
No,
he dropped out of college.
Well, yeah, but he also just turned 22.
He's mentioned it in podcasts before. He went to like a year or two, a semester or two, and then he dropped out because he didn't need it anymore. He realized he was making enough money. He would never need a formal education or any sort of real job.
He's only a year old. He's only 22. He's younger than you.
He can be self-employed.
Is that the same water from...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, that thing was a great paperweight when it was so windy down there on the field. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. Someone's paper blew away.
Oh,
the little thing with your number on it?
Oh, dude, lots of people's stuff blew away at mine. Like, it was just... There were chairs flying.
Are you serious?
The chairs were flipping over. It was so windy. Like, when you were walking up there, your red shower thing was just going everywhere. Like, I had to walk up there because, like, they want you to have that piece of paper at your waist.
Yeah.
So, like, I had my at my waist, but I was holding it like this. Holding down the shaw so it wouldn't blow away.
They want to see what number you are so they can have it ready as soon as you walk up there.
Yeah.
I mean, they already have them all all ordered by number or whatever, but...
They go by 2,
it makes things easier if they know exactly what number you are. Because not everyone showed up.
Oh, yeah. The person behind me didn't show up.
There's like 77% turnout rate. In terms of all the graduates, 77% showed up for the ceremony.
Yeah. How's it feel? This is day 1 of being a graduate.
I consider Monday day 1.
Yeah, okay, yeah, day 1. Okay, tomorrow is
Monday is when it'll probably hit me that, like, we're done.
I honestly
They're
don't.
done.
I don't think mine's gonna hit me till the fall.
Yeah, probably.
Cause like I mean it's the
It's
summer.
almost like the beginning of summer vacation. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no different than the summer.
It's like I kind of feel like we're done, but it's like we never have to study again. We never have to write a paper again. I mean, maybe your job or whatever, but like I don't
Reports.
see those as like a paper that like you really procrastinate on because it's something that you can do.
Are you
don't
gonna
have to,
Are
like,
you
do
gonna want to
research.
write that paper for work?
You don't have to do extensive research and prepare for this. It's not something that you can just I don't know.
That you're beginning to realize that I just would come up with an idea like a week in advance. Don't give two craps about what it is. The day before the thing, realize, oh, that's due tomorrow. Okay, let's crank it out, and then do
See,
it.
I feel like assignments that are due for work or whatever, like because you've been working at that job, you can actually write that paper.
Yeah, I
It doesn't
suppose.
require access, research, and Google. You don't have to do all this extra, work to BS the paper. That's the thing.
It wasn't
The-
BS.
The papers for
Got
your
A4.
job will not be BS papers. They'll be a paper that you can actually, type something out.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas, school papers, those were just, Google research papers.
I don't even. What? I couldn't imagine doing this crap back in like before Google.
Yeah.
That would have been horrible.
Papers weren't a thing.
Like
You had a typewriter.
like what I
Well, my dad was telling me that back when he was in school or whatever, they had to use a typewriter.
Oh,
Yeah, remember Grandma? She had a typewriter. That's how he had to do all his papers. Clickety clack.
no, I
Clickety
couldn't
clack.
do that. That's horrible.
Yeah.
Think about like they had to go and like research all these books.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You know what the book is? See the things behind me? Yeah, those are called books. It
I
seems
have
that
books.
people actually used back then. Can you believe it? Like an actual physical copy that you can't use Control F for. Yeah. Can you imagine having to do a research paper, not be able to use Control F, Control C, Control V?
I don't really use it now. I don't even use Control C or P for research papers because
You can no longer use Control F.
Control
You
F.
can't be like, is this book good for me? I don't know. Read it.
So here's how good I got at this, right? I didn't use Control F. Only time I ever used Control F or is if I was starting to get really impatient and this one little bit of data I needed was just really being elusive. I could not find it. Then I would use Control F. But otherwise, if it wasn't in the first paragraph, I didn't read the rest of the thing.
Yeah, but see, sometimes I find a Google result that's like, okay, I can clearly see in the 3-sentence summary that they have what I'm looking for. They
Well, yeah.
specifically have the answer. Well, I open up that Google link or whatever. It's some 187-page PDF. Ain't no way in hell I'm reading that. No, I'm gonna do Control F, find the sentence I'm looking for, and bada bing, bada boom. I know exactly what sections of this document to focus on.
Yeah. I don't copy and paste because
No, no.
I'm always like
I have copied and pasted, but then I rephrase it in my own words because it's like too much.
I'll copy and paste like a word or like a number that I don't want to try and retype or screw up or whatever. But like I won't.
See, the thing about
it
the thing about
scares me
control
too much.
about copy paste though is that the formatting. You always have to make sure that you paste without formatting.
Do you not know how to do that?
Otherwise, it looks
You do the
weird. It
little
doesn't
number
fit in
with
your
the
text
square.
right.
You do the little letter with a square.
Oh yeah. Have you ever done that before? Yeah, you get numbers and it appears as the box.
Dude, I have to do it I did it all the time. Because everything is in freaking Arial online. Everything is in Arial and it's not black. It's gray. It's not black.
Yeah.
Nothing you see. No text on Google is black. It is gray. It's like, what?
No, I feel like it copy paste gray. I feel like it actually is gray. I think
No, because when you compare them,
What?
it's the same
is the
freaking thing.
font?
It,
on
it's
Google.
but it's gray. It's not black.
Well,
And I'm like,
they have their own thing. It's
what?
called Google Sans. No, it's not. I think Arrow must be closed, but Google has their own thing. It's called Google Sans.
Well, either way, half the stuff you read online, it's not black. It's gray, and it's so frustrating. Because it's like, okay, cool. I fixed the font size and the font. Oh wait, the color's wrong. It's like, what? Oh.
It resembles though Arial or Helvetica.
Helvetica. Ooh, Helvetica bold.
Helvetica.
What a font. Ted Mosby likes to talk about
I like to
Helvetica.
use, so that is Palatino linotype.
Yeah.
I started using it on a lot of my papers because a professor of mine swears by it.
What?
Apparently, if you use Palatino linotype on any document, anything you submit to him, you got yourself a gold sticker right off the bat.
What? I mean, that's the equivalent of having. That's the equivalent of like some professors being like, "Yeah, you have a dick. Yeah, you get an A."
It looks like Times New Roman. It looks like it, but it's like
How was he gonna know?
an upgraded version of Times New Roman.
What the hell is an upgrade version of Times New Roman?
Go pull up a Google Doc, pull up Microsoft Word, type in Palatino linotype, compare them. I don't know if I can share a screen. I'll try to share a screen.
Do. No, it's gonna pop. Your name's gonna be in the
before.
top right-hand corner.
What?
Your
I
name
know
is
how
going
to
to.
share a screen. Here, let me see if I can make a document.
Whatever. Point is, the past week has been. We don't want to talk about fonts. We're gonna lose them if we start talking about fonts. Don't pull up the fonts. We're not doing this. People are gonna get angry if we talk about fonts. We have to redeem ourselves over last week where we had Will, and that was a disaster.
Oh. That was a disaster.
Everybody voted that Will's
Actually, I did watch
podcast was
that.
awful. Podcast 66 was trash. 67 actually has to be like worth our time. Speaking of that, well, I guess no, that'd be more of a. We could talk about that in the third segment. Yeah, so we spent the last 2 weeks. Somebody asked how busy were the last 2 weeks? And I was like, I didn't do anything. Like, all my papers and stuff were due the week before. My tests only took like 2 hours each or whatever. They didn't take very long. I didn't have any assignments. I had a presentation I had to go watch some presentations. There was nothing outrageous I had to do. As for some people, like, I gotta stay for this test, this. I didn't. I had one non-open book, open note test. It dropped my grade from a 78.9 to a 74.
I don't think it worked. Oh well.
Well, yeah. Were you hearing my story?
Yeah.
All my stuff was done doing 3 weeks before finals.
Yeah, same here.
The bull crap.
No, not 3 weeks before. No, the week of.
Yeah, yours were all done the week of. I was just coasting.
I was doing finals up until the very last day. 7:30 a.m. Friday morning. My last final.
I was done Wednesday
I
night.
actually needed to pass.
I was done Wednesday night. Well, no.
Yeah,
Did they even get that final graded before noon?
They did. Yeah, because
What?
they emailed me. Yeah, they did. Literally, not even an hour later. I bet they graded mine first or something. Because like an hour later, I get the email notification saying your grade has been submitted on Canvas.
What?
Yeah, no joke.
What are these gods? I submitted
I think they graded mine first because grades had to be submitted by 4.
Oh, I thought it was
I'm
noon.
not entirely sure how that worked because a friend of mine, so I went to work at noon, and a friend of mine, he said he graduated yesterday with us, said that his final was due Friday at midnight. And it was for a class he had to pass. He had to get a C in the class.
Yeah, Kyle had
me
that.
If he got a 0 on the final, it would drop him down below a passing grade. He needed like He said if you got like a C on the final, you'd still get like a B in the class or something. Anyways.
Was he really concerned about it?
Well, he couldn't get a 0. Well, yeah, it was a...
You couldn't get a 0. Do you realize how hard it is to get in 0 by actually doing the test? Like, I have literally had tests where I didn't know a single answer, and I couldn't get a 0.
Anyway, can I just tell my story?
Sure.
So the paper had to be submitted at midnight. Grades are supposed to be due at 4 o'clock prior. It made no sense to me how, like, I bet he already had to submit grades saying, yeah, I guess the student's going to submit it and probably get this grade.
So, yeah.
I think.
I
have no idea.
3 weeks.
All I know is that he walked the stage.
Mm-hmm. So
that's all I know.
So 3 weeks.
They handed him his diploma.
So 3 weeks before the last day of finals, 3 weeks before graduation, every single teacher has to go and submit a speculative grade on MyRed.
Yeah.
So here's the funny part about these speculative grades.
Oh, I know about that because mine said I was failing.
Really?
My advisor reached out to me and said, "Hey, are you gonna pass this class?"
They had you at speculative and a fail?
Well, it said a D, I think, a D plus or something. And see, the thing was, I had scored kind of bad on one of my tests, which is why I went in to retake a test. Remember how I told you how to retake a test? Yeah.
Yes, that's how we ended up with Will and the worst podcast ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I apologize.
Right, at least you graduated, so you have the diploma. But here's what he said.
I did. Yeah.
So like,
we'll never have to worry about that again.
So they submit these speculative grades because he's like, I'm not gonna grade your papers until that weekend. Your finals, because I have too many finals to grade. Your guys' finals are gonna get pushed to the side. I'm not gonna get anything done. I'm not gonna submit the grades till Monday.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a speculative grade in, and there's nothing I can do. You could fail the final, but once they give you the thing, there's nothing I can do. But here's the funny part about this. Once they give you a diploma, there's nothing you can do. Here's the funny part about this, though. You need to get a 60 on this final. You need it. Doesn't matter if you could have 100% in the class, which is impossible, but you could have 100% in the class, and you could get a 60 on the final, or below a 60. Below a 60, a 59, and fail.
Yeah.
Because he's like, he had a student one time who needed a 34 to pass. He had a 34 to pass. He got like a 32, and the professor was pissed.
What?
So he changed all the rules around so that you have to get a 60 on the final. So you didn't have these people not trying or not taking the final. Because it's an ace 10. He doesn't want that.
Wait, whoa, hold up. So a 32, like a 32%? What? The kid did not try.
He had to get a 34, so he had to try a little bit. But apparently he was that freaking dumb.
That means his grade must have been solid. How did he bomb that?
I don't know.
How did he bomb that? So, all right, did the professor bump him up, or did he
No,
say, sorry, bud?
he failed him.
He did?
He failed him. It was like, no, you're not.
So he had to take a whole nother year.
I would assume so, yeah. And that class is only offered in the spring.
Oh my god.
And it's an ace 10.
Oh.
Not for everybody, but
god.
for someone like me, it's an ace 10. So, yeah. So, anyways, these cumulative grades pissed me off because they were lower, except for like the one. They were lower than the grades I actually got. And I was just like, this is crap. Because I actually because it was like it was like B pluses for some of these classes. I'm like, bro, I have an A minus. Screw off.
Yeah.
I have a 90.
I got an A plus in my Spanish class. Second A plus I've ever gotten. You got an A plus?
I've gotten A pluses.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got
like
one
freshman year.
Yeah. My second ever A plus. I had a 98%.
I don't remember what the other ones were, but I think I've had A pluses
about
before,
that.
like freshman year. I haven't had them since. I've been
And
close.
I got a P in my other class.
I had this one class. I was doing really well in it.
I got a P in my other class. Have you ever seen the letter grade P?
How much do you remember from last night about my dad talking about me and my brother?
Uh,
When he was like
wait, what happened last night?
about the spelling tests?
How much alcohol did I have again?
You didn't have any. I'm just asking if you
No.
remembered what he said
I
about
do.
about the spelling
Yeah.
tests.
I remember his comment. Everyone thought it's going to be like this guy that's going to go off and do great and amazing things, and now he's working some job that's like, yeah. We'll not get into that. But anyways, then they have you. And let's not talk about this train wreck of a child that they had that they thought was just going to kind of fall off the rails. But little do they know, he would go on to get a degree in a year less than expected.
Yet he was just like,
Because they give so many freebies at your school.
don't get free. Oh well, yeah, dual credits. So like, yeah,
Your dual credit system.
So-
we had a dual credit system, except our dual credit system was a lot more intense than yours.
yours wasn't dual credit. Yours was stupid. You tortured
we
yourself
did.
to these stupid classes, but it didn't matter. The classes didn't freaking matter. If you didn't pass the test, it didn't matter. You could put all this money in.
No. No, that was AP classes. There's
Oh,
AP and then there's dual credit. So the AP class is the one that you have to take the test at the end of the year, and that grants you the credit.
AP
Yes,
is
there's-
stupid.
That's what you're thinking of. But then there's dual credit, which is where you just take the class, and what your grade is in the class that determines what your grade is for the course. And if you get a grade of a C, that gets you college credit.
Yep, that's how mine was.
And the only thing is that you have to pay to take those classes.
Yep.
It's the only class in high school that you have to actually pay for, and it's like I think it was like $500. And the thing is, that includes textbook and everything.
Oh, there's text.
It's literally everything you'll need for the class. So
They're
it's
cheap.
pretty much a win-win. There's no reason why you shouldn't take it because teachers in high school kind of want to pass you. They don't want to fail you along. I
Wow.
probably should have taken the English one. They had an English dual credit that I could have taken, and I decided not to take it. See, the teacher was so nice. She probably would have passed me. Even if I didn't take her class
Why
because
would
it's
you
pretty
not?
intense.
I don't understand. Why would you not take a dual
Because
credit?
English was not my best subject. It was I didn't particularly enjoy writing and typing. I mean, I can write fairly decently, I think.
You
The
know,
teacher was nice. I had her the previous year, my sophomore year, and so she knew me because I had her for a full year or whatever. And so she would have been my same teacher again junior year because she also teaches the AP English for junior year. And I decided not to take it, and so I actually had her again senior year because she teaches law and lit, senior English elective that people take. Some people take that, or they take Holocaust and lit, sports lit. I took that too.
actually,
I took 2 semesters of English in the fall.
oh,
2 courses. You had to have like 4 years. It was the weirdest thing, I took 2 English classes in 1 semester, my senior year.
that sounds horrible.
Yeah, but so I decided not to take her class, so I didn't get English credit going in. But I had math credit going in. I had
Which didn't really help you.
history credit. I took dual credit for history. I took the econ exam, but I didn't get a high enough score on the AP exam. I think I got like a 3. I had to get a 4.
I want to take
Instead
that
of 5.
econ exam now.
Yeah, there was an AP econ exam.
I wonder what an AP.
It was like
you know-
multiple choice and then some like short answer responses.
I wonder.
What else?
I wonder what does an AP econ exam look like? Like,
Supply and demand.
yeah, but I'm curious. Like, my econ in high school was subpar. It
I
was
bet-
trash. I'm
I bet
really
it's like
curious.
I honestly think it's like your first semester of econ, because I took chemistry in high school, and then I took chemistry in college, and it was basically the exact same stuff. Like the exact same stuff.
Chemistry here at
The
the
entire
university there's more to it than at my school. But truth be told, we had an animal science major.
No, what did you take?
I didn't take chemistry. My roommates took
Oh, you
chemistry.
took chemistry.
My roommates took
Oh,
chemistry.
109?
I don't. They had to take a bunch of them
Oh, wait, what were they majors?
because they're vets.
Oh.
So they gotta know how drugs interact. Anyway, so they took chemistry, and from the way it sounded way more difficult than high school.
It's intense. If you do the homework, it's not.
I mean, they did everything. They
It's
they
a class-
studied like crazy.
Well, okay.
They're vet students.
The first year of chemistry, I took Chem 109. It's manageable. It is definitely manageable. If you do the homework, you'll do fine. You should not struggle if you do the homework. If you don't do the homework, it is very easy to get lost and not understand. I understood every lecture and everything because I did the homework, and so I was able to follow along. But I could tell right away that, some of this stuff, if I didn't study, if I didn't do the homework, I would not be in a suitable position to pass because I knew right away I was going to get a B in the class. I was trying to get an A. I didn't quite get there. I think I got a B plus maybe.
But back to
But
this.
I knew there were kids definitely failing the class because they didn't do the homework. They didn't do any work. They'd go into the test and they'd be like, what? I remember it was like the third exam. It was like over light and stuff. Like, it was actually really interesting. We touched a little bit about the electromagnetic spectrum and stuff. And that was apparently the worst exam across the board. That was my best exam. That was my best exam I got.
Light's
And
the easiest
apparently-
freaking thing in chemistry.
I know. That was my best exam, but apparently that was the worst exam that we had.
See, here's the thing, though. See, that's physics. It's
crazy.
not chemistry, and so they all got thrown off.
That is true.
So all the
And I think
chem
that's
students
why
are
I
like, "This
switched.
is awful."
I like the physics part of chemistry, which is honestly what was really appealing to me. Because I had a friend, a dorm friend who was on the same floor as me in my dorm. He was in my same class, and he was a chem major. I think he was either chemistry or chemical engineering. I think it was chemical engineering.
Oof.
But he really enjoyed chemistry, but he hated like the physics side of it. I really liked the physics side of chemistry because mixing acids together, titrations, that's not me.
No,
When you start talking about molecules, things bonding, energy,
that's kind of cool.
that's what excites me. Yeah.
I just like
And
learning how to blow
Apparently
crap up.
everyone else, all the chemists are just the complete opposite. That's too much physics for them.
I just like to learn how to blow stuff up. Will came up to me today and he's like, "When are we
yeah.
making a bomb again?" And I'm like, "We never made a bomb. Where is this coming from? We haven't blown something up in a while. You haven't done a science video
When are
in
we
a
making
while.
a bomb again?
Like, when are we doing a science video again?" I'm like, "I don't know. You gotta give me time. I'm on vacation right now, all right?
Yeah. That's a break.
I'm on vacation, all right? I've been coasting the past semester, all right? I'm currently coasting into summer. Once I get this job, my life gets figured out. We'll start blowing
that
stuff up
meme.
again.
Oh my gosh, that meme is too relatable.
It's described you and me for the past 3 to 5 years, depending on who you're asking.
Can I show this?
Yeah. When you are worried about your future, but you also do nothing for your future.
I know, it's so great. Oh, I'll show you the other meme I saw. That was, this represents every college student out there.
Well,
Well, I presume it does. It's
college.
very relatable.
That's 3 years I'll never get back. I want to take this AP Econ exam. If anybody there in the comments has an AP Econ exam that
I'm
you can
sure
send
that
me,
if you just go into Google, you can find practice exams.
I want to take one. I also want to
Sure.
we need to take a practice LSAT.
Oh, I actually have taken LSAT questions. They're really fun.
Questions. I want the
Because
test.
they're logic questions. They're actually kind of fun.
Yes, I know. Well, I want the test.
It's all logic puzzle. I took one that was almost like a Sudoku puzzle you had to solve.
Oh.
Because you had to find out where all the different names and how they matched up to find out, who this person, what they did, and all that.
Oh,
And it
yeah,
was really
those. They
fun
put those on the
because I
psychology
set it
test.
up. I set it up like
Psychology
not
IQ
a
test.
crossword like a Sudoku. It was like a Sudoku, and you had to find, how the certain
Do you mean
constraints,
Sudoku?
certain limited constraints. It was really fun to do.
Do you mean
It
Sudoku?
took me like 20 minutes to figure out the problem. But once I figured it out, I was like, man, that
Oh,
was
20
fun.
minutes. You don't have 20 minutes.
We don't have 20 minutes?
No.
No, I know. I know. It was my first time doing the problem.
Right.
It was a very wordy problem, because my friend he was practicing for the LSAT too, and he was telling me some of those problems are the ones how you just have to kind of just mark it and come back to it. It's those problems that you might not be able to get to.
I
See,
want to take
eventually,
the
you get to the
LSATs.
point where you solve so many of those, you know what to look for.
Hey, do you think?
You know what steps to take to can get the right solution quicker. Because obviously, with Sudoku, there are a lot of tricks you can do to solve it quick.
Hey, would Harvard take me if I got a 180?
I was doing it very slow. I was doing it very carefully because I wanted to get it right.
Would
too.
Harvard take me if I got a 180?
But you've had no formal education. You didn't do pre-law.
You don't need pre-law.
You don't?
No. I don't know about Harvard,
Maybe.
but I could go get a law degree right now. I just gotta go take the LSAT.
I don't think it's just a pure 180 though, because I think you also need to have some other type of
Well,
curriculars.
I'm making the joke. Do you think they would take with my background, but I would have this amazing LSAT score?
Maybe.
Would
It's
they take
questionable.
me? They're like, this guy is clearly smart.
But really? Because they're gonna open up your transcript from UNL and be like D D D D D. Oh, you got a C D D D D.
Hey,
D, D.
wait, there's only like there's like 6 D's in there. No, not even, not even 6, like 4. Yeah, like 4, maybe
4
5.
Ds?
Yeah, 4 D's, maybe 5.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get a D. My lowest grade was a C. Here it is.
Freshman with a paper due in 2 weeks. Seniors with the paper, you gotta pull it up. Due in 2 hours. That
Is
was
this relatable?
Kind of. I don't know.
Well, like the thing is like freshmen, they're stressing out, before the exam. They're like 2 weeks in advance. Whereas seniors, it's like, I guess I should probably get this done. Yeah, it's not like, oh, I gotta do this. It's like well, I suppose it's time. I suppose it's about that time.
So that's what happened. So
Like for real, you have an assignment due at 11:59. It's 9 o'clock. Well, I suppose it's about that time.
a lot of people
No.
are like, everybody's like, how did you get people ask me like, how did you get good at writing papers all of a sudden? Like you were trash in high school, and I would like to think B Law 300, because every other week or something there were like 4 or 5 case studies, and so I would spend the day of it was due. I would spend all day in the library reading the case. Right, or scanning it anyways, and just getting the facts down of the case.
Yeah. Well, you went to the learning commons area?
I went and found a quiet place that I could sit there and read case studies and read case law. I was a lawyer. I was a lawyer for the day. Anyways, so I'd sit there, I'd scan it, and then about 9 o'clock that night, I would sit down and type a 2-page paper. So it's like a 1-page. Maybe it was more than. Maybe they were 4-page papers. I don't remember. I don't remember. But the point is, they were like 3 to 4 pages, double spaced, about this case. You had to state the facts, state why the judge made the reasons they did, and what would you suggest or whatever. What's your decision? What's your opinion? And that was your last paragraph, and I would crank those out in an hour.
Yeah.
Every time I come up, like the first time I stressed, but like, the hardest part was like, can I read this case law fast enough so that when it comes time to it, like I have enough of the information that I can piece together an essay. And I did it. I lost of the four papers I turned in, I lost 3 points total. And that's when I knew. That's when I knew that.
I want to be a lawyer.
No. I was like, I'm actually more capable at writing papers than I thought. Especially, when I got into college, I had my first paper ever for horticulture. My first college paper ever. I will remember this fondly. I was terrified. I had people checking it over. That I would take the recommendations because there's this one girl who had taken it the semester before, so I had her read my paper. The professor was like, "Hey, you did a great job." Basically, the only things, the things he wanted to change were the things that the person who took his class before had changed. And he's like, "Change this word back to this word." And I'm like, "That's the word I had there to begin with." Or he's just like, "I don't like this."
Really?
Or he's like, "I don't like this heading. Change it back to this." That's exactly the way I had it worded before.
Wow.
And I lost points because I followed her instructions on the changes. I could have gotten 100% if I'd kept my changes.
Wow.
I was like, are you serious? Apparently, professors I don't know why. I all of high school, I was told my papers are trash. I get to college, they're like, "He's my star pupil." I'm like, what?
Well, I will tell you the thing the professors like is being blunt.
Well,
point.
I'm about as blunt as
High
you
school
get.
teachers, they want flowery sentences. They want all these extra words and mumbo jumbo. They want you to dance around the point.
I couldn't do that.
Not in college. No. Be blunt. Straight to the point. Tell me what it is we're going to talk about. Don't put all these extra words and BS it. I learned that specifically from one of my last classes I took. Actually, it was a class I took senior year.
Yet they put.
I learned this from high school because I had a because one of my teachers told me this. He said I wrote all my papers, and then it wasn't until I took this class senior year where I had a professor that was literally like, "Yeah, no, don't type extra words in your paper. If you do, I will dock points. I don't want you dancing around the point. I want to be able to read your paper, know exactly what it is you're talking about. I want to know what your direct points is. What are your supporting evidence? Be blunt."
I don't know. It was strange. But I would love to keep talking, but we have to have some substance for our philosophy videos.
Oh, we're doing a philosophy video?
We're gonna do that philosophy.
Watch stream. What am I watching?
This is the coronavirus news.
Oh, this is the end of segment 1?
Yeah. New segment time. We have to keep moving. We were 38 minutes in. I was like, oh boy. Anyways.
What's the matter?
What?
You want to keep talking?
Well, we also have to have substance for the philosophy video, the philosophy live stream.
Oh. Wait, are we doing a live stream today?
No. What? It's gonna be midnight before we finish this. We're not doing a live stream.
Oh, I thought you said we're doing a philosophy live stream.
Like next week or whatever.
Oh, well then why does it matter how long we talk today for?
Because this is the same stuff we were going to talk about in the philosophy live stream.
Oh, what's the topic for the live stream?
So the first one was going to be college.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, whatever. We'll discuss that later.
I'm sorry, I think I completely ruined it. That was basically my entire college career.
Oh, trust me, there's still more we can unpack here.
I have nothing left to share. I pretty much summed all 5 years down into 20 minutes.
I don't think we got everything, but we can sum up the past. Years. We can sum up the past 3 semesters right here. 158,968,165 coronavirus cases. 3,306,675 deaths. 136,494,427 recovered.
I feel like we're not even trying anymore. These numbers are weak.
Well, let me look at these case numbers. So we just peaked like just the other day at
Oh, wow.
900,000 cases, and it looks
Well,
like
scroll
we're
down.
going down a little bit. But here's why. If we scroll down here,
Yeah.
wait, hold on, I gotta control 0. Why are we zoomed in so much?
You had to turn on second day yesterday. There you go.
Do
Yeah,
you
what
see?
country is that? India?
That's India.
Yeah.
Bro, India, like, I've been seeing them in the news. They're rough. This isn't the highest I've seen, but
What was the highest?
I think I saw 600,000 one time.
Are you serious?
India's in rough shape right
Hey,
now.
click on it. Click on it. Hold on.
Ooh,
Oh
just
my
a lot.
gosh.
Look at that. Okay, no, 414 was the highest.
I guess they haven't got to 600.
I thought they did.
Still, look at that. Oh my. Just straight up in
Look
the
at this. Look at these daily deaths. Just whoop.
air. You?
Oh my god. Just straight up. Holy crap. They're in rough shape. Okay, this is alright.
Oh yeah, that's a cool graph. Look at that one. It shows recovery rate and death rate.
So we've reached like maximum recovery.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's
Basically,
because
everyone was recovering, right?
that's because we know who to infect and who to not infect. Anyways, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, India's in rough
They haven't
shape.
reached the U.S. tier. They're getting close.
They're 11 million behind us. It's gonna take them a while, but the U.S. has definitely slowed down. Let's go look at the cases. Oh wow, look at this. Look at this. I just heard the U.S. hit all-time low since October
Yeah.
for number
Oh.
of cases. Wow, look at that. That's
Oh, it
so
was
low.
October.
Let's go look at what happened here with the first 20 cases. What happened to the states?
Right there.
I scrolled past them. What?
You did. I watched you.
Oh yeah, I guess I did. I just remember that now. 36. Oh, we were 35 still. Psh, nothing.
Right there.
Look
Click
at all
on
these
it.
states around us. They got nothing.
Well, they haven't reported anything.
Although we also stopped reporting our numbers.
Yeah.
Why are us and Hawaii the only states that stopped reporting their numbers? And South Carolina and Louisiana. What are these states doing? What are we doing?
I don't know. Hey, click on this state.
Do 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 do. Well, that's the population of Lincoln.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like we kind of like we're bottoming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like we're doing pretty well. Like I just saw a YouTuber. He was going with his wife to get vaccinated, and and it was just crazy. Like all these countries around the world are scrambling to get vaccines. Like they are struggling. And the U.S., we're almost done.
Yeah.
300 million people. We're the third most populous country in the world, right? China is number one, and they. Who knows, right? Who knows? Who knows what's going on in China? They're apparently corona free, but you know, let's excluding
They're
China.
COVID free. You believe it?
No, I cannot. I will not, and I refuse to believe that they are corona free.
They're COVID free, my friend.
But anyways, I refuse to believe it. But anyways, well then let's look at India. They're just a disaster. Okay, now let's look at Europe. They can't. Europe and Canada, the country's a fraction the size of the U.S. and they've had these strict mask mandates, and they're struggling to keep things under control. They're having to shut things down all the time. The U.S., we never cared. We still aren't caring, yet we have the best vaccine rollout. Maybe that's why. Maybe the government knew that we're idiots, and that the best thing to do is to just roll out the vaccine, because you could place these people in their houses, but since they all have more guns than the U.S. military, they're just going to overthrow the government anyways. Oh, wait, they tried doing that in January. So I guess the federal government's just like, well, we got to do something. We can't lock the people up because they all have freaking guns.
Yeah.
So yes, so why is the U.S. the most powerful country in the world? Well, not only do we have a massive military, all kinds of aircraft carriers and boats and planes, just also every single person, you're born with a gun in your hand.
I wasn't.
Oh, I was born with 2. Then I make up for you.
You were born with 2 guns in your hand?
Oh, yeah, look at these guns.
Your potato sacks.
Hey, but you know what? Who could run faster? A guy who's 6'1" or a guy who's 6'2"?
What?
Who was able to run faster? A guy who's 210 pounds or a guy who's 150 pounds and is 6'2"?
Yeah.
I smoked him. He was like, yesterday at my graduation party, Will and I had to go hunt down Phil because he was lost.
I wasn't lost. I was just misguided.
Right. You missed your turn, but then missed all the turns.
I did. No, well, I intentionally took a wrong turn because I wanted to get off the road. It was a busy road.
Well,
I
anyway.
wanted to get off the highway, so I turned off onto a side street.
Yeah.
Well, it was too late, and so I was like, okay, now I need to find the house.
Yeah. So anyway, so Will and I go running out. And so we start running, and Will's like, okay, yeah, I'm keeping up with him. I'm going to pass him. And then, I was running anyways. I haven't ran in a while. I got to, start riding my bike again or something. Well, anyways, my endurance kicked in. And I started sprinting. And I left him in the dust. And he couldn't keep up. He was tired. I just go, I was just like, yeah, hey, Will. And I look behind, like, oh, he's gone. Oh, never mind. I'll just keep going. He was gone. He was like 2 blocks behind me. And I'm like, oh, well, never mind. I'll just keep running.
Never mind.
Oh, my God. I don't know how far across town that is. But I probably ran 4 city blocks before stopping because I wasn't sure where you were anymore. Just at like a dead
I told
sprint.
you I passed the ball field.
Huh?
And you told me when I went past the ball field, I went too far.
Yeah. The first right. You take the first right. First left.
Right.
Sorry. First left. No, damn it. No, yeah. You take the first right. When you're going north on the highway, the first right, you take that.
But I have to go past the church, right?
No. Don't. You take the first right. When you're pulling into town, you take that first right. Because there's cornfield, road, houses. You take that first right where that road is, and then you take the first left.
Yeah, I missed that right. And then I kept going.
You missed like the next 2 or 3 rights as well. I kept going.
I was like, well, I guess I'll turn here.
Yeah, and then we had the dead sprint.
Oh, hey, look who it is. Duck.
Me standing on the train tracks going like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, I was stopped on the train tracks.
And then we had to go pick up Will, who was like half dead.
Yeah.
He was like, how did you... I was keeping up, but then you were just gone. How did you... I'm just like, oh, did I forget to tell you I'm in shape? Our uncle.
I ran I ran a mile every day for January.
Our
In
uncle was
January,
like,
February.
"You're in." He's like, "What do you mean in shape?" And I'm like, "Well, more in shape than him. I have some endurance. He has none." Will's also just a wuss. So.
Yeah, and then you said, why would you want to run? So I can live longer.
I did say that. I straight up told him so I
Yeah.
could live. Oh my god. I gave no craps to him. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna say what I want, how I want right now. Oh man.
Did he give you the girlfriend crap spiel?
Did he give you one?
No.
Oh, that's Saturday. That's next Saturday.
Why, did he give you one?
Yes, he got there. He's like, "So where's the girlfriend?" And I'm like, "Non-existent." And he's like, "Well, you swinging for the other team?" And I'm like, "No,
Yes.
girls are just."
Yes, I am.
I'm just like, girls are just. He's like, "Careful there, your aunt and your cousin down the table." And I'm like, "That's not." I'm not meaning like girls are like, "Oh my god, they're a handful." I'm just talking about like girls in the modern era don't date. It's frustrating. It's not what you think. All right. It's hard to explain to your uncle, who still thinks it's the 1950s, how modern dating works.
But he wasn't born in the he more like the 70s, 80s. That was his
He
era.
was born in the 60s, but I'm making the joke that he thinks it's the 70s.
He's from the
It's the
50s?
50s.
Oh my gosh.
Where you just go out, you say hi to a girl, and she marries you the next day. No. You say hi to a girl, you might she might look at you tomorrow. Might.
You gotta buy a box of chocolates. Food and money. That's what they want.
No, that if you do that, then they're like, "Oh my god, you're such a good friend. I don't want to lose you."
Exactly.
Then you're just a simp.
Friend. A girl who's a friend. Girlfriend.
No.
Can you not put this together?
No, because here's the thing though. She's like, "No, we're just friends." And you're like, "So can we?" So like, and then it's like, "No, she's just you spend your time, your money, your food on her, and what do you get? Oh, we're just friends."
Well, see,
Or like, you see this guy I'm talking to? Isn't he cute? It's
you
just
have
like,
to figure that out from day one, okay? You
or
have to
she's
find
just
out
like,
what her interests are. If she's not interested in a relationship, then that's time to cut and run, okay? I mean, provided that's what you want, of course.
oh no, like
Maybe
no,
that's what
like
you're into. I don't know.
well, no, a relationship with you. What I'm getting at is she doesn't want a relationship with you.
Hold up, what?
She doesn't want a
You say
relationship.
my relationship with you?
She doesn't want a relationship with you. She wants a relationship with some
Why?
other guy. Because here's, like I said, she's like, "Oh, I just want to
What's
be
wrong
friends."
with me?
Let me finish the story. She's just like, "Oh, I just want to be friends, you know." But then like, can you tell me like, what should I wear on a date with this guy? I have to meet him tomorrow for coffee. What should I wear? I really like him. It's like, are you serious? And then you're just a simp.
Well, they talk to you for this?
Yes.
Is this a real life example, or is this like Doc's imagination or something?
No, this I'm
Doc and his imaginary friends.
something similar to this has happened to me. Yes.
Oh.
You're just like, I kind of suspected this was going nowhere, and I was not surprised when that happened. Everybody's like, "Oh, put your feelings out there. There's nothing wrong with that." What's the worst they're gonna say? No, and I'm just like, yes.
No. The worst thing they're gonna do is say yes, have 5 kids, leave you, dump you, throw you on the side of the street, take your alimony for the rest of your life. Meanwhile, you're living under the side of the bridge.
Freaking
I'm
Karen.
ready to die, getting hit by cars. Next thing you know, you're dead.
That's when you need.
That's the worst thing that could happen.
That's when you'll need some gamma ray sunscreen.
That's the worst that could happen. It could take yes and turn into a train wreck. Okay?
Hey, then you can get some.
Honestly, let's be honest. Saying no is probably the best thing that could happen because that means that's one less human to worry about.
All right, So Isaac Newton, when you die a virgin, don't come crying to me.
Hey, I actually made a list, okay? The 5 greatest, most influential humans of our Earth who have been virgins. I was curious, and so I looked it up. But I still have the list.
Listen, here's the problem. You're comparing yourself to Isaac Newton.
That's one.
Yes, I know.
Uh,
One of the smartest people
yes,
to ever
everyone knows
walk
him,
the
though.
face of the earth.
Tesla was another one.
Okay,
where's my-
another
wasn't this a
top
Hummus?
10 smartest people to ever walk the faces of the earth.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. Isaac Newton, Henry Cavendish, Nikola Tesla, Adolf Hitler,
He
and
wasn't a
Herbert
virgin. He had a
Spencer.
wife.
Adolf Hitler. Yeah, do you know?
Okay, all right. Well, it's
Mr.
enough
Hitler?
of that. We're not getting canceled because now you're comparing yourself to Adolf Hitler. All right, there's something
Okay.
wrong here.
He was arguably one of the greatest, most influential people of the 20th century.
Greatest?
Okay.
Greatest?
Yeah, do you know how
Greatest?
influential he was? He took over how many countries?
Listen, I don't
know
care.
what influence-
The man
I don't know
killed.
what
The
your opinion
the
of
man killed
influential
8
is.
million people because of race. All right. I don't care. All
The
right.
man did what he wanted to do,
He's a
He got
tier
shit done.
9 meme. He's a loser.
but he got shit done, though. Okay. For better or for worse, the man got done.
I don't care.
And he was a Hitler, and he was a virgin,
Supposedly.
supposedly. Yeah. Supposedly, he also committed suicide too.
Okay, whatever. Okay, let's. All right. That's enough of the most influential people you're going to compare yourself to. If Phil wakes up in the morning, he's like, I'm going to compare myself to Adolf Hitler. Well, you know what? And then you can get canceled over that. I have no affiliation with Germany, Nazis, or Adolf Hitler, so we're gonna get flagged for this. Just
This video is not getting monetized, nor is any video.
ever. Subscribe, damn it!
Subscribe.
Subscribe to the new gaming channel, which leads us perfectly into the comments that don't exist.
Yes.
New segment time. Your comments or lack thereof.
I
Uh.
first. I'm a bot.
Um.
Okay.
Okay. Unboxing.
You don't have any
Okay.
content worth replying to.
So
I
no.
guess.
So there's. Well, we haven't been getting views. There's
No,
two.
none of your videos are worth like commenting on. You know.
Anyways, well, we've only had we've got no views. So, anyways, unboxing review of Lucitia Sciences Density Cube case. Jack Dennis commented, the 15 element set is $99 on their website plus $5 shipping. Might need to get it. Haha. And I said you definitely should. Goodbye trees. Hello Minecraft Let's Play 20. Minecraft Let's Play 42. The water ball commented, I vote for keep the tree. And that's
Keep the tree.
all of the comments.
Oh. Okay. Next segment.
Well, okay. So let's talk the gaming channel here, shall we? So we did it. For better or for worse,
Oh yeah.
we split the channel into two. And I think Rondo came home. He's upstairs, and now he's going to be waiting until I finish this podcast to come downstairs because I don't like to interrupt.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, it's at
Special guest.
It's at 6 subscribers, so keep subscribing. Get her up to
2.
Get her up to 10
7.
so Rondo represent the channel too. Yep. The first video on that's going to be a few weeks still. Like I said, there's going to be 2 weeks of where we're going to be advertising it very heavily. And then there's going to be 2 weeks of split videos. And so that's when the first videos will be going up, but they'll be half videos. And at the end of those 2 weeks, that's it. That's the end of gaming on Dr. Sheep. All the gaming will be on Dr. Sheep Gaming. Now, do not unsubscribe from Dr. Sheep. Subscribe to both, because you'll hurt Dr. Sheep if you unsubscribe.
Yeah, and my feelings too.
Not like you'll hurt my. You won't hurt
He
my
has
feelings as long as you're still
okay?
watching both channels, or as long as you're still watching the videos. It just hurts the channel's performance as a whole, and you don't want to do that. So, It was already
unless that's what you're into. If you're kind of into it, just kind of
all right.
really dig under his skin. You know what to do.
All right. Yeah. So, as for future of the channel, I was supposed to film a video today
I
with
don't know
Will.
if there is one.
There is. I was supposed to
there a
film a video
future?
today with Will, working on the bed cover for my truck that we're using on our trip in 2 weeks. However, I forgot to bring my camera, so I didn't end up recording it. I just made it. But we got the job done very quickly, which was, that's what happens when you have the right tools for the job.
Future of the channel represents the water in this glass.
Wow. It's so big it fills the room.
Yes, yes.
Anyways.
Anywho.
So, yeah,
Now, the water in this glass.
Ooh. That's Dr. Sheep Gaming
One day.
right there.
One day.
Oh, it's going to get pissed out by Phil. Did you hear what I said?
Pissed out
By you.
Phil?
Phil.
Yeah.
The channel's going to get pissed out by you.
I'm gonna get pissed out?
No! You said, now this water bottle. I'm like, yeah, that's the Dr. Sheep Gaming video. And then you started drinking. I'm like, now it's going to get pissed out by Phil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, so, so as Will.
So, yeah, if you feel like this content earns you subscription, go ahead and.
Sure does. These podcasts are great.
If you feel like it deserves your unsubscription,
Literally, you know what?
maybe
These
even a
podcasts are,
dislike, you know?
I feel like these
I won't
podcasts.
judge.
I feel like these podcasts are slowly going back to just you and I,
Yeah.
because Will had his peak in entertainment, and that's when we threw him off the podcast.
I feel like things were a lot better when we were all in one room.
Yes, but
Once
you leave, what are we supposed to do?
What?
You're leaving. What are we supposed to do?
I am leaving?
Yeah, you said you're gonna leave us. You said, come hell or high water, you're leaving Nebraska, and you're gonna find beaches or mountains or both.
Yeah. I told you, I want to find some place to live permanently, but it feels like a vacation every damn day.
So this girl that sat in front of me at graduation, she was a hospitality major.
They told me about this.
And
She said she was going to work in New York.
Yeah, at a beach bar.
A bartender or something?
At a beach bar, as a bartender, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
For who knows how long, just because she didn't want her big boy job yet. I'm like, what the frick? Why?
Yeah. Who does?
That's such a waste.
Who does want a big boy job? I don't.
I'm tired of these bullcrap jobs. I'm tired of it.
So you're ready to get out in the workforce and work 9 to 5 selling your soul away?
Thank God. Dude, if I could freaking work 9 to 5 now, I would kill somebody. 9 to 5 is great.
Yeah, I can tell. You're gonna go in as a teller and work 9 to 5.
Oh, I'm not working as a teller. But anyways, no, everybody's just like, why would you want to? I don't know. College is great. College is. Have I told you about how much time you actually spend per day doing stuff you don't want to do?
Podcast.
Huh?
Sounds like something you mentioned next week on the podcast.
Well, we're only an hour in. We gotta fluff the time here before we get to the fourth segment.
The moment you start talking about college, the moment I'm gonna chime in, and the moment we go down another college rabbit hole.
Well, I know, but no, did I? Okay, let's look at school. Just school in general, all right?
Okay.
Did I tell you about how much time school actually takes up and how little time you actually have to yourself versus when you have a 9 to 5 job?
Oh, let's see. You sleep for 8 hours.
Okay,
you go to school for 8 hours. You study for 8 hours. So, yeah, 0.
Let me skim. I'll skim over this, okay? Just so that when we get to the philosophy video, you understand where I'm coming from here. My days began. So let's look at a Tuesday for me. All right.
Okay, a Tuesday.
My Tuesdays began at 7 o'clock. I'd wake up,
Okay.
take a shower, go to class. All right? I'd
Got
sit
it.
through 3 classes and lunch, and then I'd go to work. I come
Got it.
home from work at 10 p.m.
Mhm.
I have to be up again the next day at 9 so I can be in class again. So, I have 4 hours if I go to bed at 2 and want to kill myself the next day. Or if I want to get the adequate amount of sleep, I go to bed at 1 or midnight.
Yeah.
Okay? I have 2 hours. But that's not including, work goes late. So let's say it's 10:30 when I get home, all right? And that's not including the time it takes for me to eat dinner. So it's 11:15, 11:30 when I finish. Now I have a half hour or an hour and a half just so I can get 8 hours of sleep.
That's a nice shower.
That's an hour and a half per day. All right? If that, you have to yourself. And that's not studying. That if there was studying or homework or papers, that's not included, all right? That is just a normal Tuesday for me. Okay?
Yeah.
Now let's look at a typical Tuesday at a 9 to 5 job. Okay, so work is at 9. I get up at 7. Again, okay, we get up at 7. We go to work. We come home at 5. We're home by 5:30. We eat dinner by 6:30. I have until midnight to do whatever I have until 11 o'clock midnight.
And then you repeat. And then you repeat.
But no, I have 6 to 11. That's 4 hours.
And you get a little break. And then you repeat.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
then you
yes.
repeat.
Yes.
40 years later.
50.
And then you repeat.
50.
And then you repeat. And after a while, it just gotta get monotonous.
I like monotony.
What?
I like monotonous
No.
tasks.
You
I
need
like
variety, my
routine.
man. You
I don't
need
like
variety.
spontaneous. I hate spontaneity.
Oh, well.
I hate it.
You are not a human, my friend.
I hate spontaneity. I do not like unpredictableness. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. So like when your mom told
Sounds
me,
like you're stubborn.
when your mom
Yeah, you
told
are.
me
Oh, I get
that,
That's
when your mom told me that your graduation party was the 15th, I was like, but it was 2 weeks before that, the 15th. I was like, are you serious? I can't change my work schedule 2 weeks out. It's impossible.
Yeah, because you're stubborn. You don't
No,
like change.
it's called having a job where they expect you to be there and you can't change. You have to say, if I wanted the 15th off, I would have told them a month before the 15th at the minimum.
Yeah, so you were not willing to make a sacrifice. Take one for the team.
I already did. I was already sick one day. I can't call off another day. Especially since they'll know that
Well,
I'm
you
faking at that
could.
time.
You literally told me they would not fire you. They cannot fire you because then they're throwing themselves into the waters, okay? You know, and I know, that you can take a day and you will not get fired or lose your job. Yeah, they'll hate you
I
for
don't
it,
know.
but they will not lose you.
Here's the thing, though. I don't want to show up to work Sunday morning and have to deal with
no
my
one
manager
does. Welcome to
scoring
life.
me. It's not just
Who wants to
like
go to
the
work on a
points.
Sunday morning?
It's not just the
Sunday's supposed
points.
to be day of rest.
It's not just the points, Phil. It's everything else that comes along with just missing those points. It's being made fun of by your manager, being made fun of by your coworkers. It is being
That's just
ridiculed by
having thick
higher up.
skin.
It's being actually it's not just the points. It's not just missing a day. It's a whole list of things that's going to last for a month of just hell.
Yeah.
A month of hell because I faked one day off.
Yeah.
I've only called in sick for 2 days, 3 now, my entire career at Menards.
Yeah.
Technically 4, but I called in sick, but I had to show up anyways. Because it's Black Friday. And then I missed that entire weekend because I was sick.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, it's not just missing a day. All right? It's a whole long process. But my point is, I like
make a big deal out of
routine.
nothing.
I like structure. It's weird that people are like, I don't get you. All right? You set your life.
Me neither.
People are like, I don't get you. You set your life in these routines, right? Like you are structured. Like you know when you're taking your next dump, right?
No, I don't. I let my body decide that for me.
Every morning, I'm in a
No.
currently. I'm in a routine.
My body
Every
tells
morning
me
I
when
get
we're
up,
go-
I
it's like,
take
oh,
one.
Shit, we're going now. We're going now.
Actually, it happened in high school. Every day when I came home from school, I would go. 4 o'clock.
I did that one time, and
4
I got made
o'clock,
fun of.
like clockwork.
It was. I did that one time, and I got made fun of, so I stopped doing it. Every single day, I used to go to grandma's, after school to go study. Well, it got into a natural routine where every day I got home, I went to go take a dump. Every day, the first thing I did when I walked through the door, I went to go take a dump before I went to go study. Well, one day, Ron asked me, is there something wrong with the bathrooms at school? Like, why do you always take a dump here? And it never dawned on me until I realized that, like the first 2 times, I actually had to go. And then it just became clockwork, My natural bowel rhythm was just always to go to the bathroom at, 3:30 when I got home. And then it never dawned on me that, maybe I should be respectful of other people's houses and use the bathroom.
So you just held it in, or like forced yourself to go before going there?
What? No, I don't. Well, I always had to go to the bathroom at 3:30. I don't know what the deal was. I don't tell my body when I want to go. It just happens. It just so happened to occur at that time.
That's how mine is. Mine was every day at 4 o'clock, and now it's every day when I wake up.
And so usually, I try to go before, or I just hold it for an hour or whatever until Dad came.
Yeah, no, I don't have those luxuries.
Sometimes I didn't actually have to go, but I just, went in there because, I could still go.
But anyways, so my life... my life is structured, right? But they're like, you have the most spontaneous mind I've ever seen. Like, these ideas just pop in and out of my head. Just these things that just, like, they're in and out of existence like electrons.
In my mind, like Dory.
And they're like, I don't get that. How can your brain, your ideas function like electrons, but everything else around you works like a factory line? Same thing, day in, day out. Like, I don't understand that. And I think it's because...
It's like working at a factory with the manager who has no freaking clue what's going on. Your brain is the central nervous system of your body that just like...
Okay, I do even know what I'm talking about. It was a metaphor. It was a metaphor. You're taking it too far. It's a metaphor. The point is,
your body's a well-oiled machine, and your mind is some screws are not turned.
No, but the point is that I think the problem is that my brain has no structure to its thought. Some people,
it's just a bunch of mush.
Some people, like you, your brain, it gets on an idea and things make sense. It doesn't just hop between ideas. It doesn't do that. Most people are like, my brain doesn't pop between ideas constantly. That's not a thing. No one does that. My brain does that all the time. So that it can continue to do that, but still maintain function in society, it has to simplify everything around it to a routine so that it can do whatever the hell it wants in its head. Because like today, Will and I, we were he was driving to get fuel for his car.
Squirrel.
And I was just sitting there, and he'd say something, and I'm like, sorry, did you say something? Because this wasn't my day wasn't structured anymore. My day wasn't structured anymore, and so I was left.
The dog from Up.
anyways, my day wasn't structured anymore, so I was left to my own devices, and it's chaotic. Well, look at last spring. This time last spring, I was watching House every day. I didn't have a routine. Work was kind of here, there, everywhere, but otherwise, I watched House all day. I didn't have a structure. My life, and so like I kind of slowly descended into madness. It lost to my own thoughts because I had no structure. Without structure, I'd become chaotic and uncontrollable. They had when I was third grade, they came up with these things they called plans. It was to combat my ADD, and on it were sections of like what a good student is, a good behavior. So like staying in your seat. I always got that one. Actually, one time she gave me a 3 instead of a 4 in it, and I threw a tantrum for like the next 2 days. Because I was like, you're lying. You are full of crap. I never got out of my seat. The one time you saw me out of my seat, I went to get a drink. Is it wrong to get a freaking drink?
Yes, it is.
When like I watched,
you not realize this?
when I watched my table mate get a drink 4 times in the same class period, is it wrong for me to get up one time and get a drink?
How presumptuous of you.
Anyways, I threw a fit about it. I was upset. And I didn't fill it out for like 2 days. And they got all pissed off with me. And I'm like, I was angry. I was like, this is bull crap. I hated them. By 6th grade,
wow.
I was just...
You didn't get a gold sticker.
The point is, like, sitting in your seat, like, not like, interrupting class. There was a list of things. And, like, you know, an index of what you should be doing.
You followed it to a T.
And, you know, there was always the one section you always got like a 3 in, and then all the other ones you always get a 4 in.
And some of that you just get a 1.
They were like, by 5th grade, I was used to smiley faces and frowny faces and that kind of stuff. At 5th grade, the teacher was a complete total a-hole. And so she was just like, we're going to do a numbered system. I'm like, no, I don't want a numbered system. I want the system I had before. And she's like, well, you're grown up now. I'm like, no, go back to the smiley faces. And she's like, no, we're going to switch to a numbered system. And instead of the teachers doing it and analyzing you, you're going to analyze yourself. I'm like, that's freaking stupid. I'll just give myself 4s. That you're not, what are you doing here? You know? Because it's like, you are the people that have a problem with me. So it's not about me.
No, I think it's metaphysical. You have a problem with you. And you have not accepted
so like
that.
5th grade me is like, you're the one who wants me to conform to what you want. Now you're asking me to analyze myself to see if I'm committing to your conformity. I'm like, no. You want me to conform. You rate me. You put me on the chart. I'm not doing that. It's annoying because I'm not the kind of... It's something I hate doing, right? And this is in the same category as this. I hate wishing people happy birthday. I hate people wishing me happy birthday. I hate wishing people a happy Mother's Day. I hate people wishing...
There's a special someone tomorrow. I need to remind you.
What are you talking about?
So, tomorrow.
Oh, Kyle's birthday?
10th of May. Yeah. It's
anyways,
birthday.
What I was telling Will this. Like, I don't like saying Happy Thanksgiving or Merry Christmas or Happy Halloween. I don't like saying it, and I don't like people saying it back to me. Right. I don't know what it is. I do not like it. It's on the same subject of where, like, I like to talk about myself, but at the same time, I hate it. I hate, like, and somebody's like, so, how'd you do that test? I'm like, I got 100 or whatever. It's like, or like, so like, it's like graduation parties. They're so uncomfortable because they're just like, so, tell us about what you did. They want you to brag. And I'm like, yes, I brag about things, but when they ask you to brag, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. It's on that same level of like, I don't know why, but part of me hates wishing people happy birthday. I hate people wishing me happy birthday. I hate hearing Merry Christmas. I don't know why. There's just this part of me that hates it.
Oh yeah, we should title this podcast "I Hate Christmas."
I don't. Christmas is stupid.
I think Christmas is stupid.
Well, it is stupid. Think about it. It's a holiday. Everybody's like,
You're
oh,
celebrating someone's birth.
If you
That
take-
explains it.
if
You hate celebrating people's birthdays. Ergo, you don't want to celebrate Jesus' birthday. That's basically
okay.
Christmas.
okay, if you take the religious aspect out of Christmas, right, and you look at like, oh, it's the time of year to be good and give, and I'm like,
It's the one
Can't-
time of the year when you should be
and
good.
so I'm like,
As if all the other 364 days are unimportant.
so
It's
no,
one day you need to be good.
that's exactly what I said. I was just like, are you telling me that one day out of the 365 days a year that I'm encouraged to say, not required, encouraged to be a good person? Well, and they're like, well, no. Then I'm like, then your entire purpose for your holiday, once you take Jesus out of it, is complete and utter garbage and is pointless. Well, I'm like, it's true. You take Jesus out of the equation, Christmas is an utter waste of time and resources. It's an economic ploy to make money.
That's why it's celebrated by Christians. It's a Christian holiday.
Right.
No.
But people that don't
Ding dong.
celebrate the Christian aspect, it's stupid.
Yes, exactly.
Like, you need a time of year to tell you to be nice? What are you the rest of the year, an a-hole? It's like,
Yeah.
listen, I'm an a-hole
Welcome to
day
America.
in, day out,
Welcome to
24/7.
America.
All right? I'm a jerk every single day of the year. All right? Show a little compassion for God's sakes. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe people don't know how to show compassion. And so they have to be told to not be a dick for one day of the year. And someone like me who's just a dick all the time, it's like, yeah, I can show compassion whenever I want. I just choose not to. These other people, they don't know that they're being jerks, but they are, and they have to be told that, hey, you're a jerk, be nice.
I don't think I will.
They don't realize that. That's what Christmas is to them. It's that one day of the year where they take themselves into evaluation, like, oh, I guess I am a jerk. I'm self-aware. I can stop being a jerk tomorrow if I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Everyone around me is illogical and stupid.
Everyone, including all your viewers. You're illogical and stupid. You
You're
are
human.
now stupid.
You're a
for-
human
for
being.
having watched this video. Congratulations, your IQ is now 50 points lower.
There's no one watching at this point. The people are, I'm sorry. The people around me, most of the people I've met, they're illogical and stupid. And
I've literally felt my IQ
you're probably not
drop
stupid,
by
but
the
you are
minute.
definitely illogical. I hate to break it. Here's the thing. You might not be stupid. All right? That's probably why you're subscribed to Dr. Sheep. Definitely why
You
you're
are
subscribed
a
to Dr. Sheep.
moron.
You're not stupid. But you are illogical. As a economist, my job is to tell people to be logical. And let me tell you this. People are not logical. When it comes to money, they can kind of be logical, but they are illogical. Feelings everywhere. It's a mess. But, fourth segment time.
Which is
The trip.
trip.
Yeah, you wanted to look at the, for what time we're going to leave.
Oh yeah.
Google Pull up the Google Doc. I'll address the crowd while you pull up the Google Doc.
I
Okay.
don't think I can share screen now.
Don't share. You just need to pull it up. Anyways, so we're going on a trip in 2 weeks. Will's not coming because he didn't get Senate approval soon enough. And then also, he's just an idiot. I don't
I thought you
understand
didn't
how
want
he
him to
forgot
go.
he was going camping. What?
I hope they just didn't want him to go.
I wanted him to go. Didn't you want him to go?
No, his parents.
Oh, well, yeah, they also wanted to go camping.
Oh.
They also did want him to come. I don't know why.
So it's 10 hours plus one time zone, so 11 hours, yeah. So, oh, that's what it was. We need to look at the Chimney Rock hours.
Oh, I mean, that's not what I
let
was
me
going to
look
look at, but
Chimney Rock hours.
holy crap.
Oh, they're only open till 4:30. So I think we'll have to skip out on the Chimney Rock in order to do it the next day.
That's
They're only open till 4:30, which means that if we wanted to do this, we'd have to leave at like 4:30. That's 12 hours.
a problem.
You want to leave at 4:30 a.m.?
No.
Yeah.
So we're not going to make it the Chimney Rock?
No, we can still go to Chimney Rock. It's just that we won't be able to do it. I was thinking maybe we could do it the same night. I planned it out so we can do it the next day. But I planned it out, like if possible, it'd be nice to do it this day too. The
No,
same day.
let's just do it.
We'll still get to see Chimney Rock. It'll just be the next day. But yeah, I guess it all comes down to what time do you want to get there. If it's 11 hours, I say we add another hour, between stops. I say at least 1 hour. I think we could. I think we can, break Google Maps time because usually they underestimate stuff, especially if you're on the highway. And so I'm thinking that we get there at 7. I feel like 8 o'clock is getting kind of late.
8 o'clock is late.
Like what? 7:30 a.m. we leave. 7, sometime around there.
So, okay, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing, though. Right? I was going to pick you... So, I was going to pick you up. I've got no problem with picking you up at 6:30, 6 o'clock again, like we did for whatchamacallit, for Dexter.
Yeah.
It's Kyle.
Why? What's his problem?
He's almost as bad as you are getting out of bed, if not worse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He needs to go to bed early.
He won't.
I know.
I mean, he could take a nap in the back seat. Is he paying for anything except for his food?
Oh, he's paying for gas.
Okay.
He better be.
The
dude has more money than I do. Okay, he literally has like 6-7 grand sitting in the bank.
My God, I don't even have that much money sitting in the bank.
He has 6-7 grand sitting in the bank. He makes it seem like he's poor because he doesn't want to spend anything.
How much does he need for the next 2 semesters?
The dude literally showed you his wallet. He had $110 in cash money. Just.
How much does he need for the next 2 semesters?
He'll make that this summer. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
4 grand. But he's working a summer job that pays him like 8 grand. He's good on money. He can pay. He can. I don't care what because the more he can help pay for gas and stuff, the less we have to pay.
Less you have to pay.
He's not even moving out. Okay.
Yeah.
He's not moving out.
Not for another 2 years. Not for another year.
No.
Yeah, not like I have to move, you have to move.
Yeah. So.
Although me moving is not that big of a deal. You have to move across the country, so good luck with that.
Across the world.
So okay, so do you want me to pick you up first and then Kyle? What's the best way? What's the best way to pick up Kyle first or you first?
I mean,
probably Kyle then you, Because if we could just hop right on the interstate from your house.
We can, yeah. We can.
Kyle, we have to navigate through the streets to get there.
Are you kidding me? It's easy to get to the interstate from my house.
Yeah, your house is... Oh, wait. From your apartment or your house?
Both.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it is, but...
Both. You took the long way to get on the interstate and went to the Sock Museum. That was your fault.
We're never doing that
You
again.
literally took back roads to get onto the interstate. I was like, what are you doing?
Google
And that was
told
because
me it
you
was
were like, I
faster.
know what we're doing. I know where we're going. And, oh my God.
Google told me it was faster. Truth be told, though, I've noticed recently Google is... They're behind... I don't know. There's something wrong with Google recently. Anytime I ask them to take me somewhere, they get me there. But, like... it is stressful. It's not like... I don't know. They're just like, turn here. I'm like, Google, I can't turn here. I have to cross 12 lanes of traffic. What are you talking about?
Oh, my Google tells me what lane to move into.
Like, Google...
I have Apple Google, though. It says,
Well, no, so
be
here's the
sure
thing.
to be in your second right-hand lane, or
So
be in
here's the thing. I had to be...
rightmost lane.
I had to be in downtown, right?
Yeah.
Okay? And I had to cross... when you come off the interstate into downtown, next to Pinnacle, between Pinnacle and Memorial Stadium, that road right there.
Yeah.
And you can come up through all those roundabouts onto that street and merge into it. You know what street I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, go on.
So, if you take a immediate right and you cut, so like you get off that roundabout road, and if you take literally a 90-degree turn, that's what Google wanted me to do. Like, you immediately pull off that road and you drive across 8 lanes of traffic. 8 lanes of traffic going 50 miles per hour because they're slowing down from the interstate.
Yeah.
They're going 50 miles per hour. Google wanted me to cut across it to get to the road that I need to be at. And I'm like, what? Google, that's not possible. You can't go horizontal there. Yes, technically you can make that.
Wait. Were you going to the post office area?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what road you're talking about.
Google was like, take an immediate right. I'm like, Google, I can't. There's 8 lanes of traffic between me and there.
Yeah.
I can't do that. So I had to merge my way over so I turn onto Q Street.
I mean, yeah, that road you can easily go 1 or 2 blocks down and then drive north another block.
Yeah. But that's
That's
great...
usually what I do. If I can, yes. I ideally that's what you do, but it's not really possible from that road. You kind of have to, merge over, go real slow, get over another lane,
What I
and
want...
turn a block or 2 late, and then go back.
What I want in the future is that I want Google to be like, okay, here's where you're going. Here's where you need to park.
It doesn't know parking.
But I wish it did.
Yeah.
Because, I had to go to an event. This is the same day I had to take Google there. Okay? I had to go to this event. And everything was full. I had to go find a parking garage.
See, that's the thing. How is it? It knows parking, but it doesn't. There's no way to predict how full places are going to be.
It doesn't need to predict. Here's how this works. If I were a city, I would have the meters, whether you don't need to plug them, but you need to register that you are at that meter. Otherwise, here's how this works, all right? During the day, if you're parked at a meter on the weekend, because you don't get, you don't have to pay for them, but I still think you need to register it with an app. And if the meter says you're not registered, and there's and it has a weight, and it can sense if there's a car there or not, and say so if once you leave it says you're unregistered.
Yep.
Okay, what it should do is you pull in, it needs to say, and then you need to go up and say, okay, registered for this spot. And just to tell it, I'm here, I am parked here. And then you can get a ticket if you don't do that. And then this information gets fed to Google and Apple, gets put into Google Maps, and Google tells you, okay, these parking spots are full, these are empty, this parking garage, because obviously parking garages are all computer anyways. And so
but see, in the ideal world though, with self-driving cars, you wouldn't need that because self-driving cars would have GPS, and so
self-driving car will just pull me up in front of the club.
Located with the GPS, hey, problem solved because now the GPS can be like, oh, I know exactly where the closest stall is to your destination.
Well, yeah, I mean, self-driving cars, I hop in my car, I tell it, take me to the club. It drops me off from the club. It drives home.
It parks itself, valet parking.
It either drives home or goes and Ubers around for the night.
I don't think you want it driving around racing gas or electricity. Yeah, I guess it is,
No, I said it can either Uber around or go back home.
Oh, that'd be...
Or go to Walmart and pick up my groceries.
You're onto something.
They've been talking.
A self-driving car that Ubers people while you're out getting dinner.
This isn't a new idea.
You're making money as you're having dinner.
That's what a lot of people saying. People aren't going to own cars in the future. And the people that do are going to be filthy rich. That's going to be their job. Their job is to let their cars go out and make money.
Uber your car around. Oh my god.
Tesla's already working on that. You can already in the future you will in like a few years you can let your Tesla go.
I looked it up. We're at stage 2 or 3. There's there's 5 levels of autonomy.
Teslas are 4.
No cars are 4. They claim they are. No, I looked it up. As of 2021, no car is higher than a 3. There's one that's speculative of a 3.
What's the difference?
No car is a 4 or a 5.
What's the difference between 3 and a 4?
Pull it up. 5 levels of.
Because I'm pretty sure the Tesla Beta that you can drive in like one city in the entire country is a 4.
No, nothing is. I looked it up. Like 2 weeks ago because I had this conversation with a friend.
But how new is that data? Because Tesla's constantly updating their software.
Yeah, but it's not like it happened in a week. So. All right. Level 4 is called high automation. Even if a human driver does not respond appropriately to a request to intervene in a car, the car can pull over safely by a guiding system. A 3 is the human driver will respond appropriately at request to intervene. Basically, if there's a problem, the human will intervene. If that's level 3, the human will intervene if there's a problem. Level 4, the human does not need to intervene. The car will figure it out.
Oh.
It's basically AI.
Teslas are like a 3
behind the wheel, so the car can figure it out.
Teslas are like a 3.5.
I don't even know through that.
No. Let me explain. So Teslas actually can pull over.
Yeah.
If you fall asleep at the wheel, your Tesla pulls over.
Yeah, they could pull over, but like whether or not they can safely maneuver the vehicle.
But here's the thing, though. The beta is a 4. However, it's not legal. 4 isn't. Elon says that's why I said they're a 4. Teslas are the beta. The newest software is a 4. It's a very
I just looked this up though. It said nothing's a 4. It said they're a 3 at best.
Because it's not legal, and Elon isn't a lot. The data's there. They can do it. They exist. They have cars that are a 4, but you can't drive them, and it's not ready. it kind of is a 4. It kind of works most of the time. Then other times it kills a meter in the postman.
And then a 5 is under all roadway and environmental conditions.
Oh no. There's such a massive dump between a 4 and a 5 because I don't even trust a Tesla drive.
A 5 is everything. Rain, snow, sleet, everything. The car will get itself out. You get yourself stuck in the mud. Certain people
Just
can get
calls
themselves
AAA.
stuck. Certain people can get themselves unstuck. It takes a skilled driver to get themselves unstuck. You can't. Taking a first-year driver,
I really feel like a computer could get somebody unstuck better than a person.
But I feel like they need training, though. You have to have practice.
I know, but like
the computer has to learn how to deal with certain situations.
I know, but like
which is why a 5 is literally every type of situation.
I know, but like the sticking
thing. Know how much power to apply to each wheel, because that's another thing. Applying power to each wheel, like posi tracks or whatever. It's how you get yourself unstuck. Applying more power to one wheel than the other. If the computer could know precisely how much apply to each one of its 4 wheels, it could easily get itself unstuck.
That's what I'm saying. It
has
can
to learn.
Well, I know, but like it's easy for a computer. The computer will know exactly what the coefficient of friction is.
Yes.
It will know exactly.
Hypothetically, yes.
And it could theoretically also change the suspension and also change how much power which wheel's getting, and maybe it can even tell another wheel to turn the opposite direction of the other wheel.
Yes.
Because that's something like gas cars can't do that. You can't have one wheel turn one way and the other wheel turn the other way.
Yes.
You can't do that. An electric car, if you have 4 motors, can do that.
Because most cars, have a big old rod, or you have to have a differential.
Well, the differential doesn't let you do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 5 is ridiculous of a jump between 4 and a 5. Like, I don't think Teslas can drive in snow. Hell, I don't think a person could drive a Tesla in the snow.
Well, driving a car in the snow it's a whole battle of its own,
I hate doing it.
Teslas aren't even all-wheel drive, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they are all-wheel drive? Oh, well.
Some of them. But here's the thing, though. So I was watching a car review of a Tesla, and they're like, it's weird. You're driving this small car, but when you take a turn, you have the weight of a big car. It's like you go to take a turn, and it feels like you're driving a truck. Like you go to slow down, it feels like you're driving a truck. You accelerate though, it feels like a car. But when you go to slow down, take turns, you can feel the weight. You can feel the difference between like different weights of vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and they talk about but that's the thing though. A Tesla is so heavy, but it's perfectly balanced. So it doesn't matter if you have rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive. They're both getting the same amount of pressure because they're equally balanced. And that's where I'm like, they have all the Teslas are rear-wheel drive, and I'm like, do I want that? Is that useful? I don't know. I've never driven rear-wheel drive with weight. And no weight in the front. But there isn't any weight. It's level. I don't know what that's like. And so I don't know if I can trust a Tesla on snow until I actually get my hands on one and drive one. Because I have no way of testing that. Sure, I can go put a pallet of cinder blocks in the back of my truck, and there you go. I have the weight of my engines on my rear axle, but that's unreasonable.
Actually, I think I read that all the companies are skipping level 3 and going straight from level 2 to level 4 because basically they don't want humans to have to intervene.
Yeah.
The difference between level 2 and level 4, is basically, cruise control, autopilot. to
The
having
the,
humans to intervene.
the,
The whole goal is to not have to have humans
the,
intervene.
the big problem
And
is
so they don't want to have a car that can rely on human intervention, because otherwise, you'll have lawsuits at your hand. Like, oh, my car, didn't own up to this.
so there's also a big problem is like so Tesla, your car needs a software update, you plug it in at night, it updates, no big deal. Updating software in your like say like a 2020 Ford Explorer,
Mm-hmm.
that's not a thing. Oh, there's a horrible bug that literally makes the car unusable. Oh, sorry. You're SOL. Like, I've heard in some cars you can update it, but it's a hassle. And it requires you to plug in a laptop, and it's a hassle. And that's where, like, this Linus Tech Tips is like, I don't know if I want other companies trying to develop self-driving technology because they're Tesla's leaps and bounds ahead of them, and just getting software updates out to people. A lot of people, like I've been telling people, Tesla is not a car company. Tesla is a tech company. They make software. They make software that they put in cars. They just so happen to also sell cars. Kind of like McDonald's. McDonald's is a real estate company. They just so happen to sell hamburgers.
Yeah.
Elon is Tesla's a battery and software company. They just so happen to put the batteries in cars that are their own. Tesla has to be and will be for a while the leader in battery development and technology. How did we? Whatever. We got here from driving at some point, and how much I hate it. I hate driving. All I want is for somebody to do it for me. That's all I want. Well, that's it.
Okay.
Right. So subscribe to the gaming channel, Dr. Sheep Gaming. And I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. And good night.